What's up, YouTube? This is Not Quite Mint. We're going to go through our reviews of our top 5 comics for the 4th of March 2020. Stay till the end because we're going to give you a chance to win some more free comics.
Lots of free comics.
And we're going to tell you what our top pick and our cover pick were.
Yep.
Should we get into it?
Let's get into it.
This is the future. Evolution.
Right then, guys, and welcome to our weekly review video. So this is, we're going to show you our top 5 comics of the week in terms of obviously what we've read, and also at the end we're going to talk about our current monthly giveaway and how you can take part. Also, if you want to basically take part though, and obviously support the channel, give us the thumbs up down below. Make sure that you're subscribed.
Hit the dingly bell.
And hit the dingly bell. Yeah, make sure that you obviously watch all the way to the end so you don't miss out on the giveaway details. Book reviews wise, guys, so
Question first.
we have got a question as well, sorry. So, question. Last week, or the last couple of weeks, we've seen the big hype around Batman's punchline, haven't we? Or Joker's punchline, whatever you want to say. This new character has came out. You guys hopefully will have had a chance to read the books. And we want to know what you think. If you watch, obviously, our reviews from last week, you'll get our sort of views on the cameos and the first appearances. But what's your opinion of this punchline character? Do you think she's got legs? Or is she just going to like fall flat on her face? We're really interested to hear what you guys think.
You know, normally the best thing about a joke is the punchline. This is not the best thing about the Joker so far. It might be, though.
No.
She might turn out to be.
No, that's it. So, number 5 on the
Number
list
5
today.
on the list. King of Nowhere.
King of Nowhere, yeah. So, independent title from Boom Studios. I'll be honest, we're starting quite strong. It's quite a high standard this week. I think
It's a
this
really
week,
strong week.
yeah, this week in general is really, really good. And this, I really enjoyed this. Do you want to say a bit about the story? Or,
Yeah, I mean, you get the idea that he's on this kind of drug trip.
yeah,
The guy
That's how it
who
feels.
is the comic's based on he's on this drug trip and he's dreaming, or he thinks he's dreaming, and it turns out he's actually not. He's actually in a reality where there is a talking goat and a man with 4 arms. But yeah, I mean, I like this one because of the art style is very almost like a water paint, watercolors.
it's like watercolors.
I think it's really
See
nice.
that. It's really impressive.
And it's all kind of mashed together. And I mean,
It's very
I've
weird.
never done recreational drugs, but I can imagine
if you're on a
if you were tripping your
hazy
balls off,
trip,
this would be
yeah.
what it would be like.
Yeah, this is it. He's that's it. He's called Dennis. He's now the main
Dennis, yeah.
the main character's Dennis.
And he's talking to a fish.
He's talking to a fish, buying him drinks at a
Yeah.
bar.
There's a one-eyed copper in it.
There's a one-eyed cop and a man with loads of extra arms, and
Yeah.
it's just it's. When I read it, I was kind of smiling all the way through because
I would agree.
there's a weird, dark humour to it
Yeah,
as well.
and I just think it's really well drawn, really well written. I
It is dark, isn't it?
It is dark.
It's
And then
very
right at the
dark.
end, the way it ends is like,
It's like,
oh,
where
my
I wasn't
Jesus.
expecting
Yeah.
that. Yeah, totally. But yeah, I mean, we sort of rated this one. Did you say about 7 out?
I would give it 7
about
out of 10.
7 out of
Yeah.
10. Both of us were quite close on that, guys. So definitely give it a read. I'm gonna, in fact, all of the books that we're reviewing this week, I enjoyed them that much. They're all going on my pull list, so I will continue
Wow.
reading it. So
you can't get a better review than that.
yeah, not if you like my kind of shit.
No, of course.
But yeah. Number 4 on the list, dude. You can
Strange
start this one.
Adventures. This is a DC Black Label, isn't it? And I liked it.
Yeah, I wasn't
I-
expecting to like it.
I don't know much about Adam Strange, who's the main character of this comic.
Yeah.
But what you get is a kind of a bit of a backstory about him, how like he goes to this planet, but then he comes back to our planet, and he goes back to their planet, and he's written a book about it.
Yeah.
But you get the impression that what he has been through
Yeah.
is not exactly what he's telling in the books, like the truth. but yet he could be telling the truth. And I like the fact that he tries to get Batman to investigate for him.
Yeah.
I think that's a nice
Yeah, it was
touch.
a really nice little bit of a crossover because I got to be honest, when I saw Strange Avengers,
Strange Avengers.
that coming soon.
Yeah.
Strange Avengers.
Well,
Sorry,
actually-
Strange Adventures. Yeah. I didn't know it was going to be a DC Black Label, and you get into it, and it's really, really cool sort of artwork, very kind of like lifelike and vibrant, and then the story starts evolving, and they set it like sort of in a present day sort of format, and then they obviously do these
I like
flashbacks
that.
to when he's on, I think it's called Ra, the planet.
Yeah.
Ra. So he's flashing back there, and then there's like a family dynamic going on, and it's just like
I
a lot
want to
of
know what's
unanswered
happened to the
questions.
daughter.
Well, there's
Definitely something dark gone on there. Also,
Something.
it's written by Tom King,
Yeah.
who is an absolute genius writer.
Yeah, so he was criticised. I think what they've said about Tom King, and that's why I'm quite excited about this, is that when he's done sort of like these smaller, shorter runs, he's a bit more impactful rather than, because I think he lost a lot of people with the Batman run.
Yeah, although it was
because
good.
whilst it wasn't badly written, it was, I think the main criticism I keep hearing cropping up, having not read it myself, was
Yeah.
that it was a little bit drawn out. He took a little bit
Yeah.
of a while to get around.
Probably
to,
agree with that, to be
but,
fair.
but I hadn't read it. I know you enjoyed
Yeah,
it
I
on
really
the whole,
enjoyed it.
so
I didn't have it on my whole.
in its entirety.
I didn't wipe me off.
So moving
Yeah.
on to number 3, which is I managed to actually get my Martina cover on the cardstock variant. So we've got this awesome Riddler cover, and obviously I got the standard cover as well. I was lucky because they were doing this issue as a one per customer buy again, but because I'd got both versions on my pull list, which they obviously allowed me to do, I was allowed to have both issues.
Yep.
And it's good, isn't it?
It is good. And
This is the best one so far, I think.
I agree, because it's action packed. You get a bit more information on what's going on, but I don't think that takes away from the other books that have been written, because they do lead up to this.
Yeah, the other ones have been...
But I'm still sticking with the fact that Mr. Teeth and what's his name are completely irrelevant.
Well, they're not in this one, are
Gunslinger.
they? Gunslinger. Or
I do
are
love
they?
this panel though.
They
The
are
reveal.
of the designer, yeah. So we've seen. I think this has been circulated previously on social media, hasn't it? This picture, but
So cool, man.
it's really, really cool. But
I'm not a huge fan of his outfit, but I do love the massive sword that he's got.
I was saying to you earlier, wasn't I? I said I don't know what's going on with his outfit, because it's like literally like a major mashup of a hell of a lot of like different things,
Bits and
isn't
bobs,
it? So he's got like, he looks like swashbuckling pirate boots down at the bottom. I might put this up somewhere else, but he's got this massive like bonkers sword, and then this mad capey cloaky thing.
It's almost like a gangster, but with a giant sword.
gangster army man. So when you consider when this must have happened, where they first met
Yeah.
the designer, however many, I don't know whether it was maybe in that time of like I don't know, the 80s or the 90s apparently, where people wore a lot of bling and all that kind of stuff. I don't know. It's just really intriguing.
But I feel like this designer situation isn't. People have been saying that this designer that's coming, this whole build up for the designer story arc, is that it's the designer. I actually think he is the catalyst for the Joker war more than anything.
Yeah, definitely.
I don't think the design. I would have liked him to have been a bit more of a piece, and he might come back and be a bit more in it. But I feel like he's just the catalyst for what's going to come next.
just like,
He's actually irrelevant.
Yeah.
It's the next bit that's going to happen with the Joker.
I think it's issue 95, so we've got another 4 issues before we get into issue 95, which is going to be the Joker war.
So I did think Punchline was in this, just from that panel.
Oh, right, okay.
I thought, is that Punchline? Is Punchline in this? No, it's not. It's Harley.
It's Harley, yeah.
Who's better?
But
Who's
much
much
better?
better?
But yeah, it's a very, very good issue, guys. You get a lot more explained. It explains a little bit about who the designer is, but like Tom says, I have a feeling that I think the designer might be quite short-lived, and I think
so.
he's just going to be used to, because there's certain bits in this with the Joker as well, because I didn't like, there was a dynamic where
Savage.
Joker and Catwoman and Penguin all go to see the designer, and how that ends. I didn't like that, because I thought, well, I can't imagine the Joker ever going along with whatever the fuck somebody else wants to do.
Yeah.
So it was quite interesting how that turned out in the book. And,
Yeah.
and
I
obviously-
actually really like that dynamic, how that turned
Yeah,
around.
Joker came out of that meeting with the designer, Top Dog.
Oh,
again,
yeah,
didn't
definitely.
He? So, which is that made
I
me
would
feel a
I would
lot
be
better.
interested to find out. Well, obviously we're going to find out what it is that he told the designer
Yeah.
that he wanted to do.
But
Anyway,
yeah, it
should we move
is
on?
exciting. It's very good, but keep your eyes peeled. Keep buying it because I think we're going to get blown away. Hopefully with the Joker
yeah,
War
definitely.
stuff.
Yeah.
Really do hope we do. So hope we do. Cool. So a bit of a funny one here, guys. This is Mercy again from Image. This is the Art Germ variant cover.
This
Because
is stunning.
I tend to collect Art Germ variants, but yeah, this was a real pleasant surprise. It's not a particularly pleasant story,
No.
but it's a horror based story, and basically the artwork and all the artwork, the
Story and the colouring.
story and the colouring is
And the offer.
is done by Mirka Andolfo, and based on this, what a talented person she is.
Yeah.
Literally unbelievable. And it's got kind of like almost like a Disney anime sort of style to it.
Yeah, I would agree with you on that one.
But just so atmospheric. It's and the story itself is very, very, very adult, very horror sort of. You know, there's some horrific scenes in there, it makes you. It's really unsettling to read.
It is, and I think because the art style is slightly animated, you feel yourself going, "Oh yeah, no, this is alright."
You like Paul, aren't you?
It's a real sweet and sour kind of book, and it is really good. I mean, I think if the next book we're going to talk about hadn't have come out, this would have been my pick of the month.
Yeah, I totally agree. Yeah,
Um,
but it was exceptionally good. I mean, we sort of were saying that it's like probably about 7.5 out of 10, didn't we?
Oh yeah, I mean, to be honest, I
up
would
to 8
probably
maybe.
go to 8. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I loved it.
Yeah.
I would say this is my joint top pick of the week.
Yeah, that's
Rather than it just be 2,
Yeah.
I'd say this was my joint top
yeah,
pick
yeah.
of the week.
It's up there for me as well. I mean,
As a single issue 1, if you're not that interested in picking it up to read it as the full run,
yeah,
I'd pick up issue 1 just to see what
to
you think
see,
about it, because
yeah.
you could definitely flip it for the money you paid for it.
yeah, definitely.
So I would recommend getting it. And I'm not into horror comics.
No.
I'm not into horror movies or anything like that. But this actually drew me in, and
Drew you in,
I found this. I read this quicker than anything else
Cool.
this week.
Yeah. You
Even the
wanted
one
to
we're
know
about
what's
to talk
gonna
about.
happen, yeah.
On to the pick of the week.
Pick of the week, guys.
Dun,
So,
dun, dun, dun.
pick of the week is Strange Academy. Obviously, this will be put forward into our potential pick for comic pick of the month as
It's
well.
also a J. Scott Campbell cover.
I went for the J. Scott Campbell variant cover. There were quite a few different variants.
There
on
was
this one.
there's some really good ones.
yeah.
The Breakfast Club one's really nice.
Yeah. Well, the thing with these is that the artwork is done by Humberto Ramos.
Humberto Ramos. Yeah, he's amazing.
And he's
a quality
just
bloke too.
Amazing, and I mean it's very because he's done like a lot of work for like Disney as well, hasn't he? I think
He's done a lot of stuff for Spider-Man. Spider-Man covers.
Spider-Man as well. So he's like got this real vibrant, like cartoony, just it's what a comic should be, really.
Yeah, I read this one and I instantly fell in love with it because it was almost like rereading the first X-Men issue.
Oh, okay, cool.
Because it's kind of like it is essentially the Institution for Mutants, but it's not. It's for the Strange Academy.
For magical.
And I found myself liking every single character. There wasn't one
I was the same.
I was like, oh, do you know, sometimes you find a character you're not really that interested in, you don't want to find out more about. I wanted to know about all of these, especially Damatu's son. I want to know more about him. And I also want to know more about the Asgardians, because they're cool.
Yeah, they're
Did you notice he's got
they?
a tattoo?
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, the detail in there is amazing, and the cool thing with it is with all good things like this, whilst the main new characters. What's the girl's name? It's I've forgotten her name. Is it Emily Price or something like that?
Yeah, something like that. Emily
Bright. Emily Bright is the main character in there. So it sort of follows her, and then she gets introduced to all of these other new characters, which is a little bit overwhelming at times because it's like, you know, oh, this is so and so, this is so and so. But you can imagine if you when you go to a new school, that's what it's like, you know, all these people, and you're not too sure who you're going to buddy up with or whatever. And there's like, you know, there's stuff going on, and you're kind of like, oh, who's going to be my
Who's the
friend?
cool kids?
Yeah, who's the cool kids? And there's like the fairy that she befriends.
Yeah, she's cool.
Is a really cute.
What I like is they're
character.
all. I mean, I've not come across any of half of these characters before.
No.
So it's really nice for me to read about brand new characters.
Yeah.
But what I did like about it, it was just basically reading about being at high school.
Yeah, but it did also introduce like Loki makes an appearance.
Yeah, it's
and
Doctor
you see
Strange.
Doctor Strange.
What's it, Voodoo?
Is it Magic as well?
Magic makes an appearance.
Makes a
Scarlet Witch is in it.
Scarlet Witch. So that's quite cool, and they're like going to be like the teachers by the looks of it. So we're going to
Hellstorm, Nico,
see them.
Minori. She's cool, man.
Yeah,
Have you ever
yeah.
read Runaways?
No.
She is cool, man. And
Yeah.
the Shaman.
Yeah, so those characters are going to be like the teachers teaching these kids. So like your well-known, well-established, big characters. So it's exciting, and it was really was a good mix of exposition and.
What's
and
really
action.
good about this book is if you've ever not read anything written by Scotty Young, it's always quite charming.
Yeah.
And although dark, I mean,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
Hate Fairyland is quite dark,
Yeah.
but it's good. But this is written by Scotty Young, art by Roberto Ramos. Those two have gelled so well on this book.
Yeah, definitely.
I would definitely recommend to pick this one up. Even if you don't want to read issue 2, read issue 1.
Yeah, definitely. Give it a chance, definitely, and hopefully let us know, you know, next week or whatever what you actually thought about it, because hopefully you won't be disappointed. It was really cool.
It was cool.
So guys, so we've had to have a little bit of a deliberation because there's so many nice covers this week, but the cover that we've decided to go for is the Art Germ variant of Mercy. If I'm honest, when I was there making my selections, I was buying Mercy anyway, and then I was just about to pick up the standard cover, and then I was like, oh, I really like that one.
Yeah, that's cool.
And I didn't know it was an Art Germ cover at that point, but it was the one cover I was drawn to most. And again, I think, as I say, you had to agree, because this is a cool cover as well, the J. Scott Campbell one, but we're having that's definitely pick of the, like, our story. Our pick.
Story pick of the week, and our cover pick of the week.
And then our pick of the week there. So keep watching us, guys, because obviously that'll go into our Comic Blend show at the end of the month and potentially form our picks of the month.
Yeah, they will.
Which brings us on to this month's giveaway. If you do want to take part, there's a couple of rules. Obviously, you need to be subscribed. Obviously, hit like on this video. And down in the comments, make sure that you enter hashtag NQM Crate giveaway, because we're going to give away all these comics.
So we're going to give away our last month's comic pick of the month, which is Batman Detective Comics Annual 3. And our cover pick of the month, which is a Matina cover of Deceased Unkillables issue 1. And also, you get another 7 comics. But if you want to know what these are, then head over to our Comic Blend video, and that will tell you exactly what it is that we are putting it in there. And also this month, you're going to get an original art piece done by myself on a issue 1 of 4. So yeah, look out for that one. Hopefully next week I'll have a sketch or something to show.
Yeah, so keep watching us, because
a blank.
Tom's gone in, obviously thinking as hard as he can out what he's going to draw on this obviously blank sketch variant.
It's probably used to be a hench Thor, to be fair.
Yeah, and we'll keep you obviously posted how that's progressing throughout the month. So that's pretty much it, guys. Make sure, as I say, you are subscribed, joining in the giveaway, hashtag NQM Crate giveaway down in the comments. Let us know what your views were of what we punchline. That's the question of the video, and that's it. So thanks ever so much for watching, guys. Take care
and see ya.